I didn't expect to see her that day. Not like that. Not smiling. Not laughing. And definitely not with someone else. Out of all the ways I imagined losing her, this wasn't one of them. There was no warning, no message, no goodbye. Just one moment, one look, and everything we had meant nothing. That was the moment I realized. Some people don't break your heart slowly. They don't argue. They don't leave dramatically. They just move on, and you find out too late. Open book 1. Beginning. How it all started expanded. It started quietly. No big moment. No dramatic entrance. No love story kind of beginning. Just a message. Hey, do I know you? I remember staring at that text longer than I should have. It wasn't special. It wasn't unique. But something about it felt different. Maybe it was the timing. Maybe it was the way I was feeling that night. Or maybe some stories don't need a reason to begin. I didn't know her. Still, I replied. Simple, casual, but that one reply changed everything. Her name was Aisha. At first, she felt like everyone else. Normal conversations, basic questions, but slowly something shifted. She didn't talk just to reply. She talked to understand, and that's rare because most people listen just to answer, but she listened to feel, and that made a difference. A big one. Open book 2. Build up, deep connection expanded. We started talking every day. At first, it was random. What did you eat? How was your day? Are you awake? Simple things. But those simple things started to matter. Morning texts became expected. Late night talks became necessary. If one day passed without talking, it felt incomplete, like something was missing, like she was missing. She became part of my routine. Then slowly, she became part of my peace. I remember one night clearly. We were talking about nothing important, just random thoughts. And then she said, I feel peaceful when I talk to you. I didn't reply immediately, not because I didn't know what to say, but because I felt it too. And I didn't want to ruin that moment with the wrong words. So I just said, me too. But deep down, it meant more than that. Way more. We never called it love. We never gave it a name. But it felt like something real, something safe, something rare. We would stay on call for hours, sometimes talking, sometimes just staying quiet. And somehow, even silence felt enough. That's when you know it's not just about words anymore. It's about presence. I started noticing little things. The way she laughed, the way she paused before saying something important, the way she remembered small details about me, things I forgot about myself. She remembered, and that made me feel seen. I don't know when it happened, but I started imagining her in my future. Not big dreams, nothing dramatic, just small things, walking together, sitting somewhere quiet, sharing coffee, talking about random things. Simple life, but with her, it felt perfect. Open book 3. Conflict, distance, deeper version. And then things started changing. Not suddenly. Not in a way you can point at and say, yeah, this is where everything went wrong. No, it was slower than that. Quieter. Replies became a little late. Then a little shorter. Calls became less frequent. Then shorter. Then almost gone. At first, I ignored it. She's just busy, I told myself. Don't overthink. But overthinking doesn't need permission. It just happens. There were nights I waited for her message, not doing anything, just staring at my phone, as if it would light up if I waited long enough. Sometimes it did. Most times it didn't. And when I asked her, she said, "You're thinking too much." That line, it makes you feel stupid, like your feelings are wrong, like your questions are unnecessary. So I stopped asking, not because I didn't want answers, but because I was afraid of them. She started mentioning new people, new friends, new plans, and I noticed something. She stopped telling me everything. Before, she would share every detail of her day, even the smallest things. Now, she shared only what she wanted. And that change, that small difference, it hurt more than silence. There's a kind of fear that grows quietly. You don't talk about it. You don't even fully accept it, but you feel it deep inside, the fear of being replaced. And the worst part? You can feel it happening, but you can't stop it. Open book 4. Build up to break, extended tension. There were moments where everything felt normal again. She would text like before, call like before, laugh like before. And for a second, I believed everything was okay, but those moments didn't last. They never do, because temporary effort can't fix permanent distance. I started noticing patterns. She was active, just not with me. She had time, just not for me. She was happy, just not because of me. And that realization, it doesn't hit you all at once. It builds, slowly, until one day, you can't ignore it anymore. And that day came sooner than I expected. That day, I wasn't supposed to see her. It was just a normal day. Nothing special. Nothing different. I left home like always. Same road. Same thoughts. I wasn't even thinking about her at that moment. Maybe that's why it hit harder. The street was busy. People walking. Cars passing. Noise everywhere. Life moving like it always does. And then I saw her. At first, it didn't feel real. Like my mind was playing tricks on me. Because out of all the places, out of all the times, why here? Why now? But it was her. No doubt. Same face I had memorized. Same smile I used to wait for. Same presence. That once felt like home. But something was different. Something felt wrong. She wasn't alone. There was someone next to her. A guy. Standing close. Too close. They were talking. Laughing. Comfortable. Natural. Like they had known each other for a while. And that's when everything inside me went silent. The noise of the street disappeared. The people around me faded. Even my thoughts stopped. There was only one thing left. That scene. She laughed. The same way she used to laugh with me. She looked at him. The same way she used to look at me. And in that moment, I understood something I wasn't ready to accept. She didn't lose me. She replaced me. I stood there, not moving, not thinking, just watching. Watching someone else. Stand where I used to stand. I wanted to walk up to her. Ask her everything. Who is he? Since when? Why didn't you tell me? But my feet didn't move. Because deep down, I already knew. Sometimes, closure doesn't come from answers. It comes from moments like this. Moments that say everything, without saying a single word. She didn't see me. Or maybe she did, and chose not to. I don't know which one hurts more. They started walking, side by side, talking, laughing, and I just stood there, watching her leave, without even knowing. She had already left me long ago. Open book 6. Aftermath, the silence that hurts, extended. That night, I didn't text her, for the first time in months. No, good night. No, did you eat? No, I miss you. Just silence. But silence isn't empty. It's loud. It reminds you of everything. Every message. Every call. Every promise. I kept replaying everything. Her voice. Her laugh. Her words. Stay. I'm not going anywhere. Funny how words change. When people do, I picked up my phone. Opened our chat. Typed something. I saw you today. And then I stopped. Because what was the point? She already made her choice. And I had to accept it. Even if I didn't understand it. Sleep didn't come that night. Or the next. Or the one after that. Just long nights. And longer thoughts. Days felt empty. Like something was missing. But I knew what it was. It was her. Or maybe the version of her I believed in. Open book 7. Ending, healing and self-growth, deep closure. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. And slowly, the pain started changing. It didn't disappear. It never really does. It just became quieter. Less sharp. More distant. I stopped checking her profile. Stopped waiting for her messages. Stopped hoping. And that was the hardest part. Letting go. Not because you want to, but because you have to. I started spending time alone. Not the lonely kind, The quiet kind. The kind where you start understanding yourself. I realized something important. She didn't break me. She revealed me. She showed me how deeply I can feel, how honestly I can love, how much I can give without expecting anything back. And she also taught me the most painful lesson. Don't lose yourself while loving someone else, because when they leave, you shouldn't feel empty. You should still have yourself. I still think about her sometimes. Not every day, not like before, just sometimes, but it doesn't hurt the same, because now I understand something I didn't before. Not everyone who feels right is meant to stay. Some people come into your life just to teach you something and leave. And that day, when I saw her with someone else, that wasn't the day I lost her. That was the day I found the truth. And slowly, I found myself.